Welcome to your daily Techpresso. In today's episode, we'll cover Meta's copyright lawsuit, Tesla's new Model Y redesign, SpaceX's Starship preparations, the U.S. Supreme Court's TikTok case, Google's new Chromium fund, NVIDIA's CPU plans, and Amazon's latest ad service. First, let's dive into Meta's legal troubles. Meta is facing a copyright lawsuit for allegedly using pirated content from LibGen to train its Llama AI models. According to the lawsuit, CEO Mark Zuckerberg approved this action. The lawsuit claims that Meta used a script to automatically remove copyright information from these materials before using them for AI training. Authors like Sarah Silverman and Ta-Nehisi Coates are part of this legal action, asserting that Meta used unauthorized materials from shadow libraries. The authors argue that this occurred despite internal concerns within the company. Next, we'll talk about Tesla's redesigned Model Y. Tesla has unveiled a new design for the Model Y, but it's currently only available outside the US and Europe. The details about the redesign may include changes in features or aesthetics, but specifics about the vehicle are not provided. Tesla's move to keep the model exclusive to certain markets might be part of a strategic rollout plan. We will have to wait and see if this new Model Y will reach other markets in the future. Moving on to SpaceX, they are preparing a new version of their Starship for launch. This taller and heavier version has been moved to the launch pad for a test flight scheduled next week. It marks the 7th test and will be the first of 2025. Technicians at SpaceX are busy preparing by positioning the spacecraft on the Super Heavy booster, planning to conduct several experiments during the mission. These efforts include deploying a payload and improving the re-entry and booster recovery process using upgraded sensors. Next up, the U.S. Supreme Court will review TikTok's appeal regarding a potential ban. The court will hear TikTok's case against a U.S. law that requires ByteDance, its Chinese parent company, to sell the app or face a ban. TikTok argues that the law infringes on its First Amendment rights. Meanwhile, the U.S. government claims that TikTok could pose data security risks due to possible Chinese influence. Interestingly, former President Trump now supports TikTok and is asking for a delay in the divestment deadline to find a political resolution. Switching gears, Google has launched a new development fund for Chromium. In partnership with the Linux Foundation, Google has created the Supporters of Chromium-based Browsers Fund to enhance open development within the Chromium ecosystem. Major companies like Meta, Microsoft, and Opera are backing this initiative. This move comes as Google responds to the U.S. Department of Justice's concerns over its market practices by emphasizing its commitment to the open-source community. Microsoft, in particular, highlights the importance of transparent governance in this collaboration. Now let's look at NVIDIA's potential entrance into the consumer CPU market. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang is hinting at plans for a new consumer CPU project following the unveiling of their Project Digits and the GB10 superchip. This $3,000 AI personal supercomputer points to NVIDIA's growing interest in competing with giants like Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm. NVIDIA's partnership with MediaTek to develop the ARM-based GB10 superchip shows serious intention. Huang's comments reflect NVIDIA's broader ambitions to create CPUs that bridge Linux and Windows platforms. Lastly, Amazon is selling its advertising technology to other retailers. The new retail ad service beta allows other online retailers to leverage Amazon's well-developed ad technology, which is powered by machine learning models and trained on extensive shopping data. Retailers can now connect to Amazon's existing advertisers, allowing brands to display ads outside of Amazon's platform. This strategic move is reminiscent of Amazon's successful introduction of AWS, which transformed from an internal tool to a widely used service. Thank you for tuning in to today's Techpresso. See you tomorrow for your daily dose of tech updates.